What's up YouTube? It's JD Rick and I'm back with another video for you. In this video, I'll be showing you the creation of my post-scoring monster. It's a little different than most of the big man builds I've tested so far in the demo. I geared this one mainly towards the pure post scorers, the ones that play a lot of 1v1. Although I think this build could be pretty effective as a primary scorer on the twos as well. Before we get into the video, if you're new to the channel, please drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. So first off, obviously we're going to be making a center. And then for our pie chart, we're going to be using the one with the primary finishing, the one with the most blue on it. I looked at a couple of different pie charts, and I feel if you're looking for a true inside offensive type build, that this is going to be the best one for you. On the physical profile, I went with the balanced type profile just because I wanted to have as much speed and athleticism as I could because of how big we're going to make this guy. But I also wanted to maintain that 95 strength as well. So that's why, again, I went with the balanced build. So now into the stats. What we're going to do to get the maximum out of our badges is we're going to max out the shot close, the standing dunk, and the post hook. And then we're going to take the driving layup and the driving dunk up to 75. That's going to give us 30 finishing badges. Then on the shooting, all we're going to do is max out the post fade, giving us the one shooting badge and a post fade of 85. Then in the playmaking, we're going to max out the ball handling and also going to max out the post moves. That's going to give us 10 playmaking badges, which is going to be important. I'll show you that when we get to the badge portion. But having those 10 playmaking is going to be key, I think, for this build. And then not forgetting about the defense, we're going to max out the interior defense, the block, the offensive rebound, and the defensive rebound, which is going to give us 12 defensive slash rebounding badge points. And that's going to leave you, I believe, with 3 left over. You can put those wherever you want. I decided to put mine on lateral quickness. So in the end, again, that's going to give you 30 finishing badges, the 1 shooting badge, 10 playmaking badges, and 12 defense slash rebound badges. As far as how you want to make your build, it's all up to you. We're going to make a big man here, so we're going to make him a built type. Now on the height, this is where things get a little interesting. Most of the big man builds that I've tested so far in the demo have all been between like 6'11 and 7'1. This is the first one that I tried out at 7'3, and you can see the hit that it takes. On the physicals alone, I mean, you're losing 17 points on your speed and acceleration. You're losing 18 points on your vertical. On your attributes, you're losing a bunch of points on your driving layup and your driving dunk, as well as some of your perimeter and lateral quickness type stuff on the defense. But I think for this type of build and being the offensive inside force that I want it to be, I'm okay with this build. I guess see if it works for you and let me know down in the comments section. For the weight I wanted to have the lightest build that gave me the most additional points on my interior defense. On this one, I went 287. You could go 290 if you want. I think that's the max on here. But by doing that, you take the little bit of a hit on the driving dunk again. But what you do gain is 7 points on your interior defense. So now I've got a 91 interior defense on this guy, which I think will be big, especially if you're playing on the 1v1 or the twos court to have that inside presence. On the wingspan, on this build, I'm going with max wingspan. It does not affect any of your finishing. It takes a minor hit on your shooting with the mid-range and the 3-point, which we didn't upgrade. You do get a +4 on your blocks, giving you an 83 block. And then you get -2 on your post moves, but you're still at a 90. So I think overall, I mean, you're going to be just fine there. On this one, you get the option of the post scorer or the rim protector takeover. Again, being we're trying to make this an offensive force, we're going to take the post scoring takeover. Now, I know it's probably not going to be quite as effective as it was last year, but playing with it in the demo and a couple of different builds, I think the post is going to be just fine this year. Heading into the badges again, we made this an offensive force. So essentially, between the finishing, shooting, and playmaking badges, we're going to have 41 offensive badges. And then, not to forget about the defense, we're still going to have 12 defense/rebounding badge points to upgrade our defense and help out there as well. Now, on the finishing, with those 30 points, I mean, it's kind of like a kid in the candy store here. And being that we're not putting this towards any type of team or competitive type of a build. We're, like I said, it's more of a 1v1 or even a 2s build. You know, I'm not putting any of the lob finisher, the pick and roller type badges on here. I went with the Hall of Fame, back down punisher, drop stepper, contact finisher, and acrobat. And man, I'm telling you, when you put that back down finisher with the drop stepper and the contact finisher, that's something else on these post scores. I also added in gold deep hooks and gold putback boss for those times that you get those rebounds on missed opportunities and you can go right back up with them. And then to round out the badges, I went with silver cross key scorer and fancy footwork. Again, for some of those type of, I don't know if you're going to be doing many Euro type step animations, but for those reverse layups working out of the post and things like that, your relentless finisher, obviously you're going to be dealing with a lot of contact as a post player. And then consistent finisher I put on silver too. That's going to help with your timing. If you're a little early or late on your layups, it's going to give you a little extra boost. You could also opt to maybe go bronze consistent finisher and bronze pro touch. Pro touch is going to help out when you get those good and excellent releases. So those are two big badges too. I think will help a lot with your finishing if you choose to go that route. Now on the shooting, I went with bronze deep fades because we're going to be a post scorer. We're going to be posting up a lot and obviously doing a lot of hook shots and fades, and I just wanted a little extra boost. Here, I think maybe you could consider going Deadeye or Hot Zone Hunter if you wanted to, but for this particular type of build, I'm going to go with bronze deep fades. Now onto the playmaking. This is where I said having those 10 playmaking badges was key. You can't get Hall of Fame playmaking badges on this. You can get gold. So with those 10 upgrades, went with gold Dream Shake, post spin technician, and unpluckable to help since we're going to have a low ball control. We're going to have the ball in our hands a lot to help from getting stripped. And then I also put bronze quick first step. I noticed that pop up quite a bit during the game, so I'm thinking being as big and as lumbering as it is, that bronze, quick first step is going to help out. The other 6 badges are strictly passing badges, and again, since we're making this an offensive build, you know, a 1v1 or I guess maybe even a 2s, but mainly a 1v1 type of a build, you know, I didn't think any of those were quite necessary. Onto the defense, again, we had 12 upgrade points. I used those on what I thought would help the most on the interior with the Intimidator, the Rim Protector, the Post Move Lockdown on gold, and then I put Rebound Chaser on silver and Pogo Stick to help with those bounce backs on the blocks, getting back up and helping that timing a little better on bronze. The other option you could maybe use is the Moving Truck. If you wanted to go that route to help push guys out of the post, that's completely up to you, but I think that this for me would be the best badge setup for this type of a build. Then when you mix that all together, it says you built an interior force, which is exactly what we were looking for. I'm not super thrilled on the comparisons. Patrick Ewing, obviously good player. The other two, good players, nothing spectacular, but the interior force, that's definitely what we were looking for on this build. The last thing I'm going to leave you with is a couple of game clips, just showing you how the build worked in action, showing you how this drop stepper and the back down punisher worked, how some of the hook shots and fades worked. Those are going to be your mid-range type shots when you get into those hooks and fades, and they were pretty effective, and I was pleasantly surprised. I think we ended up in this game with somewhere around 44 points, I think, and around 15 boards. And I had 8 blocks in this game too. So the defense and the rebounding, you know, I was pretty impressed actually with the build itself. So I'm going to leave you there, and thank you for stopping by, watching the video. Again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'm out.